the world we were living in was this very specific environment. I think that's what's so smart about Joe setting it here. To have a process as loose as his, I think you have to set it somewhere very specific. You can't just say, there are people living in Chicago.
Totally.
It's just loose-ended, it doesn't work. So because we were responding to a very specific environment, we had to understand that environment fully. And I think if you couldn't learn about the beer from experience, I'm not sure you would really understand it. The difficulty was you had to really trust yourself every day. It was very vulnerable because you're just coming up with ideas and throwing it out there, and there's always the possibility that someone could say, "Oh, a really terrible."
But also,
idea.
but on the other side of the fence, and going to your kind of question on that, even though it was half a joke, there was no problem with it, and that was Joe's kind of pitch. My thought, when Joe and I first talked, before it all became real, I called him to pass on the movie and say that it seemed interesting, but I just finished the first season of New Girl, which is a great job, but it's a lot, and it's time-consuming, and it's more work than a lazy person like myself is used to doing. And I found out we're coming back and doing a second season, so in that summer, I didn't want to do a job that felt like work. And he's like, I assure you this won't. He's like, that's not my style. He's like, it will be fun, it will be loose, you'll drink, you'll have fun. Everybody on my crew, I've handpicked, they're nice people. And he backed everything up.
I learned that it really hurts to get boiling beer splashed in your eye.
I poured it in your eye.
Yeah, yeah. We were at Three Floyds Brewery, and we were learning how the process of making beer. And Jake was pouring in the hops into boiling wort. Wort is the syrupy liquid substance that makes up beer. And he was violently splashing hops into this boiling liquid, and everyone else had goggles on, and I leaned over his shoulder and it went into my eye. But I felt I had to play it cool, and I did, even though I was suffering terribly inside. And I admitted it to them 3 weeks later, that I had been in horrible pain. But we learned a huge amount, and really we learned to respect how difficult it is to make a great beer.
Yeah.